teachers have everything they need to step into the classroom at the end of the day. Because you calculate every teacher don't have aids. I know teachers don't even have the school uniform in order because they wasn't able to buy new cloth or new skirt or new blouse or whatever the case may be to start the year out. Right? So they gotta go back in their closet and find something that they had because the money is not enough, first of all. Because remember, if you now getting 100,000, your rent is just about 50. Your transportation to and from school takes up, let me say, the rest of that.
Mm-hmm.
And you still gotta get food, you still gotta feed your family, especially if you have children.
Yeah.
So we do need to look at the infrastructure of education and everything else around individuals, right? So
Surrounding that, yeah.
correct. I hope that the teachers is able to benefit. I think a piece of time they was getting a stipend to go and spend on materials,
Yeah,
but even that wasn't enough.
that well, that wasn't, I would say, sufficient based on the lack, because they had so many children who couldn't afford, or their parents couldn't afford.
Hmm.
But as it is now, with the grants for every child, also the grants to parents now, as
Hmm.
well as, um, you know, they should be at least working to provide something for their children, if you know what I
Yes,
mean.
yes.
So yeah, that helps to balance out, and of course with the other bits of stuff that the government plans to do in terms of helping, um, the population out,
Hmm.
helping to balance the spending, because one of the things that we spoke about was the unscrupulous nature of some of the business people now, where
Yeah.
as soon as they realize that, listen, the government is going to disperse any funds to the population, they raise their prices, and why they're doing this, we would never know. This is why we call
Mm.
for the price consumer board, you know, because a price consumer board is going to keep these people who want to do these things in check. They're not going to get to do that based on how they want to do it, with no checks or balance. Nobody can tell them, okay, well, because the tariff has been reduced here, you can't just decide on your own that, no, I'm going to,
Hmm.
and that's some of the stuff that we have to look at as a country. you know the
Yeah, yeah.
government have to
Most
take that
definitely.
as well. Yeah, they got to take that in hand, because again, this is some of the foolishness that's creating a lot of the problems on the ground for the ordinary man. This is why when the ordinary man says certain things and the government refutes it, people get upset quickly, because they know what they're facing on the ground.
Hmm. I mean,
Yep. Uh-huh.
at the end of the day, we can know well what is what once things play out, accordingly. Because
Yeah.
if the teachers is now receiving money, I'm pretty sure we're gonna know at some point how much money an individual teacher is receiving, right?
Mm,
Because
yeah.
we already know what the children cash grant is. So if the children getting, you mentioned the parents getting, and the teachers getting, the school also have they allocated money, right?
Hmm.
To
Yeah.
the infrastructure of things. So if funds is being passed around the table, then at some point of time, we shouldn't be hearing, any concerns coming out from the teachers based on what we see in changes now.
Changes. Factual. Factual. Just about 5 minutes to the top of the hour. Stay glued to the stations with the real vibration. SlamFM.co.uk, Majestic Music Radio, my exclusive radio, Cut and Clear Radio, M Studios, Triple R Radio, Gem Radio. So much in the link up. We're gonna drop some more music, and of course, in the second hour, we come right back. Don't touch that dial. Don't go nowhere. You know how we do the rush hour.
Majesty. Yeah, man, heights of glory, you know. Okay, come on. Burning, burning. Yo. Tell you what I want. When the Rasta man them come together like the torch and the wicked catch a fire. Tell you what I want. When they get to you, them try fi better and the system try fi turn them in a shatter. Tell you what I want. One Babylon highly Selassie rain down, lightning and thunder. Tell you what I want. Tell you what I want. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Worries when the youth them side the truth and start refine the frequencies where them mind are use and purify them thoughts and them desires too while meditating in a little quiet room. And worries when them realize the earth is a living being and we assist the revolution by living clean. But with this 5G magnetical killing field, destruction of them only possibility. Tell you what I want. When the Rasta man them come together like the torch and the wicked catch a fire. Tell you what I want. When they get to you, them try fi better and the system try fi turn them in a shatter. Tell you what I want. One Babylon highly Selassie rain down, lightning and thunder. Tell you what I want. Tell you what I want. I will bust the 7C. Who can't hear them if you go feel? Every ex a government fi bow down and kneel. Revolution must be solution. Speak out your message to the institution. Them and them corruption bring beer pollution. That not go help build with generation. Tell you what I want. When the Rasta man them come together like the torch and the wicked catch a fire. Tell you what I want. When they get to you, them try fi better and the system try fi turn them in a shatter. Tell you what I want. One Babylon highly Selassie rain down, lightning and thunder. Tell you what I want. Tell you what I want. Pyramid a bun, pressure bus pipe and archangel. Majesty. Things I've been told. Mama says, son, this life is hard. To make it, you got to be bold. She said, know your role, play by the rules, stay in school, achieve your goals, and do these things while you're young, son. Don't wait until you're old, like me. She said, praise the Almighty every day. Get up on your knees and pray, 'cause this is life. This is life. And if you sow good seeds, yeah, good seeds are multiply. This is life. This is life. You do these things while you're young, you might not have a second chance to even try. This is life. So good seeds, yeah, and good seeds are multiply. You burn the wickedness, you burn the slackness, you embrace the blackness, righteousness is what we practice. We burn the wickedness, you burn the slackness, you embrace the blackness, righteousness is what we practice. I used to be young, yeah, but now I'm getting old. Nothing's yet, nothing's I've been told. Mama said, son, know your role. Stay in school, stay on your itation and keep it cool. This is life, this is life. So good seeds and good seeds are multiply. This is life, this is life. Do these things while you're young, you might not have a second chance to even try. This is life. So good seed and good seeds are multiply. This is life. This is life. Do these things while you're young, you might not have a second chance, so stay focused. Not even a hocus pocus, because these guys is fools and they all just wanna joke us. All just wanna strangle, yeah, chain and rope us. But the rest of man stand firm like the lotus. Tell them this is life. This is life. So good seeds and good seeds are multiply. This is life. This is life. Do these things while you're young, you might not have a second chance to even try. This is life. So good seeds and good seeds are multiply. This is life. This is life. Do these things while you're young, you might not have a second chance. Since I was 4 years old, nothing's I've been told. Mama says, son, this life is hard to make it, you got to be bold. She said, know your role, play by the rules, stay in school, achieve your goals. And do these things while you're young, son, don't wait until you're old like me. She said, praise the Almighty every day. Get down on your knees and pray. This is life. This is life. And if you sow good seeds, yeah, good seeds are multiply. This is life. This is life. Do these things while you're young, you might not have a second chance to even try. This is life. So good seeds, yeah, and good seeds are multiply. You burn the wickedness, you burn the slackness, you embrace the blackness, righteousness is what we practice. You burn the wickedness, you burn the slackness, you embrace the blackness, righteousness is what we practice. I used to be young, yeah, but now I'm getting old. Nothing's, yeah, nothing's I've been told. Mama said, son, on your road, stay in school, stay on your citation and keep it cool. Cause this is life, this is life. So good seeds, yeah, good seeds are multiply. This is life, this is life. Do these things while you're young, you might not have a second chance to even try. This is life. So good seeds, yeah, good seeds are multiply. This is life, this is life. Do these things while you're young, you might not have a second chance to even try. Cause this is life.
Had to learn to live alone. Learn to live alone. My story, my story. I never knew my mama's love till I was 12 years old. Said she went to find a better place for me. Mama, where you gone so long? Left I in a world so cold. Tell me how could this be? The first 5 years all I knew was jungle. Jaguars and snakes and slugs made me humble. And sometimes them scorpion bites. No, it's not a bumblebee. Thank God for my antipathy there. When spurt pitching, Yvette and Gwen, Jah know they were my only company. Till Jah opened up my heart and taught I to love unconditionally. Through all my joy and all my pain, open up my heart, taught I to love unconditionally. Through all my sunshine and my rain, I never knew my papa's love, none at all, none at all. I swore it's only 3 times I've seen him. Yai-ball to yai-ball. And then he died, and I didn't get to go to the funeral. Why life have to be so hard? Although it's hard, open up my heart and teach I to love unconditionally. Through all my joy and all my pain, open up my heart and teach I to love unconditionally. Through all my sunshine and my rain, Mama, me love you until Me pass on and I'll be loving you still. Thank God for my sister, me gone. She was the mother to us when you gone there. Yeah. Mommy and mommy made the sacrifice. Karen and Brian made the sacrifice. Thank God for me brother them. From Kevin to Earl. Still just open up my heart. And taught her to love unconditionally. Through all my joys and all my pain. Open up my heart. Taught her to love unconditionally. Through all my sunshine and my rain. My rain, my rain. Through all my sunshine and my rain.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He lead me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff shall comfort me. Thou prepared the table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointed my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life.
Holy I can tell you about the pains I feel. Only I can tell you about the life I live. Only I can tell you about the pains I feel. Only I can tell you about the life I live. From the day I was born, I never had a happy one. But now the Almighty bless me with my first son. All the walk I've been walking, yet I never run. Him give me the voice, yeah, to do his works. Believe in yourself and in the Most High God. Him guide and protect me on this road I tread. I'm more life, I don't wanna be no fallen soldier. Angel, come over and sing. Holy I can tell you about the pains I feel. Only I can tell you about the life I live. Only I can tell you about the pains I feel. Only I can tell you about the life I live. I'm from a place while growing up we never had much. A place where they get to you tap the rubber grip clutch. Yeah, if you watch your step or you can get your face bust. Ask God for guidance, yeah. Though things may rough, there will be better days. And if you're wicked, change your dirty ways, yeah. I can tell you about the Most High, and the Most High can tell you about me. Holy I can tell you about the pains I feel. Only I can tell you about the life I live. Only I can tell you about the pains I feel. Only I can tell you about the life I live. From the day I was born, I never had a happy one. But now the Almighty bless me with my first son. All the walk I've been walking, yet I never run. Him give me the voice, yeah, to do his works. Believe in yourself and in the Most High God. Him guide and protect me on this road I tread. I'm more life, I don't wanna be no fallen soldier. Angel, come over and sing. Holy I can tell you about the pains I feel. Only I can tell you about the life I live. Only I can tell you about the pains I feel. Only I can tell you about the life I live. Only I can tell you about the pains I feel. Only I can tell you about the life I live. Only I can tell you about the pains I feel. Only
Well, here I am now, I'm gonna stand my ground. I've come to take what's mine, ain't no backing down. Here I am now, I'm gonna stand my ground. I've come to take what's mine, ain't no backing down. They wanna be the general, bad like the general, wicked like the general, rough like the general. They wanna be the general. Which man are they? General. Which man are they? Well, him go. Well, him go up in a shanty town. Sink house where him lay down on the ground. He go asleep at night time. No electricity, buckle torch and candlelight. Moonlight could have mean a man lose him life. To survive him have to live by the gun and the knife. Even the ice pick. Boy fool himself and get involved in a politics. And now them have him caught up with them funny tricks. Give him 2 bag of gun, him share out, get the click. Them control him, but him control the whole entire district. Well, here we go again, the general, I make them bust them gun again. Beer blood I shed again, but who's gonna save the youth? Well, here I am now, I'm gonna stand my ground. I've come to take what's mine, ain't no backing down. Here I am now, I'm gonna stand my ground. I've come to take what's mine, ain't no backing down. They wanna be the bad like the wicked like the rough like the they wanna be the which man are they? Wanna be the general. What if I get to use? Living desperate and destitute, can't go to school. Cause them can't afford the khaki suit. A hot meal at night before them go to bed and sleep. So them go out a road with them big gun and go creep. Cause they got to eat. Hungry belly have to feed. Mama not them woman that they gone out go breed. It's a problem. So the youth them have to solve them. Open up your eyes and face the problem. Well, here I am now. I'm gonna stand my ground. I've come to take what's mine. Ain't no backing down. Here I am now. I'm gonna stand my ground. I've come to take what's mine. Ain't no backing down. They wanna see the They wanna be the general.
Why? You see my black skin. So we are living in a serious time. Stand firm, don't let the devil blow your mind. Lisa Bantan, come again. Bada boom, bada bang. Come it's enough, never like me cause the color of my skin black. Them all a fix my on my face and me pre that. Some say me uneducated, I know me that. I hold my life in your hand, protect me from the idiot. Just my black skin that make me hustle hard. You know, sister, it bad, and they well know my story. You see, my black skin that make me wear more than diamonds and gold. You see me beautiful in every way and every color. Melanin in my skin, I'm like no other. The youths, them a study real hard. Some of them want be scholar. Me talk to my sister and my brother. To me, black skin, now that make me perfect. Go tell your sons and your daughters say they're worth it. We are the salt of the earth, who go search it. Me know that for certain. Yes, I love my black skin. People hate this black skin. Can't you see what's happening all around the world? Yes, I love my black skin. Be proud of your blackness. Can't you see what's happening all around the world? Black, yeah, me beautiful. Me not take nobody money, now go lose my soul. Someone wanna wicked bad mind. Your heart is full. You kill off your own brother. Yes, the truth be told. We got to change our mental thinking. What about the future generation? Make that sink in. Me proud to be black. Me black and me proud. Put up on the one and sing it out loud. Yes, I love my black skin. People what's happening all around the world. Yes, I love my black skin. Be proud of your blackness. Can't you see what's happening all around the world? So me nah cater for all the systems you put in place that is a failure. So we not rate ya for all the things that you done before we create. So we not hate ya for you oppressing, frustrating, suppressing with future. So we not hate ya. Every day we work hard for we paper. Come it's enough, never like me, got the color of my skin black. Them all a fake smiling on my face and me pre that. Sometimes me uneducated and no media. Can hold my life in a hand and protect me from the idiot. I trust my black skin and make me hustle hard. You know see so it bad, police brutality. To me black skin and make me wear more than diamonds and gold. Yes, I love my black skin. Be proud of your blackness. Can't you see what's happening all around the world? Yes, I love my black skin. Be proud of your blackness. Can't you see what's happening all around the world? You see this black skin. 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 We're filled with magic. Yes, I love my black skin. People hate this black skin. Can't you see what's happening all around the world? Yes, I love my black skin. Be proud of your black skin. Yes, I love me. Yes, I love me. Yes, I love my black skin. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
Deliver and protect, always. Right about now, we need to draw nearer and nearer to the Most High. No matter who you are, where you are. See? Yes, I. Never get to you, strength. Yes, I know. I know Jah will deliver us. Yes, the Most High will deliver us. I know Jah will deliver us, no matter how them a fight and a fuss. Oh, I know Jah will deliver us. Yes, the Most High will deliver us. I know Jah will, even at the point I feel like giving up. Oh, the system set away. Graduate from university with student loan to pay, but the little money where we earned, I know that left me concerned. Oh, how can we survive when our basic needs are costing more than our salary? Oh, yeah. The system they create is to keep us slaving, working, building their economy. Oh, Lord. I know they don't care for the poor, but we need some open doors. Jah, please go before. Can't take the pressure no more. Cause I know Jah will deliver us. Yes, the Most High will deliver us. I know Jah will deliver us. No matter how them a fight and a fuss. No, I know Jah will deliver us. Yes, the Most High will deliver us. I know Jah will. Even at the point I feel like giving up. Yeah. No more them can't trick us. Cause them used to give the youth them round the road big gun fi boss. The youths them wise up. I want them meds and them a rise now. Youths go on the faith. Cause I tell you I know that Jah is great. Oh, cause I know Jah will deliver us. Yes, the Most High will deliver us. I know Jah will deliver us. No matter how them a fight and a fuss. No, I know Jah will deliver us. Yes, the Most High will deliver us. I know Jah will, even at the point I feel like giving up. Yeah, although they depress us, in order to see victory, hunt your goal, no idle stuff. Get on, you just hold on. You have the strength, my brother, just press on. Keep holding on. Empress men enchant the songs. Keep holding on. No matter the pagan them a go on. Cause we were born kings and queens. Take control. Jah will deliver us. Yes, the Most High will deliver us. I know Jah will, even at the point I feel like giving up. Yeah.
Yep, just about 21 minutes after the hour, we're back with you in the second hour of the Rush Hour Guyana's Industry Show. Yours truly, Malachi, alongside Martin Al-Ameen. Yes, Martin, back into today's conversation today, Monday, Motivational Mondays.
Mm-hmm. Yes, brother.
Yep.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
now I was going to say, now we want to kind of, switch things up a bit and dive a little bit into politics. As we know, things are making changes
This
in America.
campaigning has already begun.
Well, we see the changes that's been made in America,
Yeah.
and likewise Guyana.
Mhm.
US just had the elections a couple weeks ago, and Guyana elections is fastly approaching, right?
Yeah.
So we like to, of course, bring issues that is happening on the ground. Last week, Malachi, we kind of touched on a little bit about the brother James Bond, right?
Yes.
Which I'm
Double
not sure if
L.
he's I'm not sure if he's still a lawyer, and if he still practices.
Well, yeah,
I,
I don't think he is a practicing lawyer, but he is a lawyer, just not practicing presently. Mhm.
well, all right then.
Yeah.
So recently, the president would have went into his community, right?
Mhm.
And the man came out and he endorsed the president, right?
Mhm.
Keep in
Yeah.
mind, this is a man who plays on the opposite side of the political sphere, right? So he's a part of the opposition. So to
Right.
be a part of the opposition and come out openly in public with cameras and everything,
Mhm.
and endorse your competition. I mean,
For a second term.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
You got question the integrity of said man plus the integrity of the party
Well,
that he represents.
we've been always questioning the integrity of both parties. All right.
Mhm,
Because as we said just a couple of days ago, regarding their behavior over the last 60 years
mhm,
of them being in power, it's it's just a constant kerfufflement of the population, because they're saying one thing when they're the opposition
doing another.
and another thing when they become the government, because
Mhm.
they're like, all right, we're going to stamp out corruption, we're going to do all these things. However, at the point when you're supposed to be stamping out this corruption, we don't see
And no change is being made.
exactly. We see absolutely nothing being stamped out. And
Mm,
this again is the, to me, is the play on the Guyanese public. Um, it's a trickery because one, the PNC has says once we get to power, we're going to investigate a lot of what the PPP had done. This was over their tenure of 23 years.
mhm.
In 1992, the PPP said, they were going to set up investigations into a lot of what happened for the 28 years of Forbes Burnham tenure. Um, they also wanted to check on Hoyt's tenure and the amount of money he had borrowed from the IMF. Well, obviously, you see over the time, not a single person has ever been hauled before the court. All this information of all the so-called corruption, embezzlement, theft being
Mm,
exposed, and then these people go into jail, because obviously, if a crime was committed, you go to jail
correct.
after being convicted of that crime. So where are the convictions of these politicians who have been over 60 years pillaging the government coffers?
Mm,
Where? So this is where there's a serious disconnect. And I think that now that, for example, you see politicians, I think for the first time ever in Guyana's political history, you have politicians blatantly crossing the floor. All right. And it didn't start with what's his name. A lot of people believe it started with Charandas
Mm-hmm.
with the no confidence, but it started before that. It started from, I believe, even before when it started when people like Odinga Lumumba crossed the floor from the PNC to the PPP. All right, so it started.
So you're saying from since then
Yeah,
we had
yeah. From
a
since then that was going on.
yeah
So
growing issue.
yeah,
Mm.
that thing that was going and continues to go on because now we have Charan that's now coming out after he's now with the PPP now coming out and saying that a lot of their practices in certain areas are not above board.
Mm.
So he's calling them out for some of their practices, which, as he states, are racist. Because one, he simply breaks it down by saying, how could we have a PNC, which is obviously led by Afro Guyanese, but not once have they ever put an Indo Guyanese to be the presidential candidate. The same thing with the PPP, where they're saying that no, we're not racist, but at any point did they put an African to be the presidential candidate? We had Sam Hines, we had Mark Phillips, we had Dr. Roger Luncheon. All these Afro Guyanese were in the shadow of course, an Indian president. So I'm not saying that they are racist, but if you look at the composition
The
of the
traits
people,
match up now.
exactly. So if it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, well, maybe
It's a
it's a
duck.
duck. Exactly. So we got to look at things kind of objectively. So um, that was one of the things that Sharon Das was pointing out, and you really can't say no because
Mhm.
they've had enough time at least by now to integrate. So it shows clearly more of a segregation than integration in the Guyanese society, and you could see
Mm.
that. And what Charandas was trying to point out is if you look at the political dynamic, it will show you that there is that racial divide going on in the country, and it has to do, when you boil it down, go back to what the political party makeup and the heads look like, and you realize what's going on.
So with that being said, right?
Yeah.
Since they haven't, it is not now these things happening.
No, it's
What
not.
is your thoughts on Bond? Pretty much at this sense, we could say stepping over.
Well, I wouldn't classify it as stepping over because I have seen him on the Freddie Kassoon show. I've seen him on a couple of other interviews where he vehemently supports Aubrey Norton's vie to be Guyana to be the presidential candidate of the PNC and vie for presidency of Guyana.
Well,
Um,
keep
yeah,
in mind that would be before all of this happened just last week.
no, I mean, listen, he could do, and this is something that again Guyanese don't are now getting accustomed to. They are now getting accustomed to politicians flippance, as in one day we're like this and the next day we're like that. We are for the first time, and this is because in Guyana there's rigid party lines where
Hmm.
if you're PNC, you're PNC basically for life. If you're PVP, you're PVP for life. It's the first time where a lot of it started a while back where there was a gradual shake up where some people will just either leave or change party, but now it's blatant now where the younger politicians are saying, listen, if you're not giving me an opportunity to grow, because I think James Bond has been one of the most um, you know outspoken young members of the PNC, but I haven't seen them give him an opportunity to represent at a certain level. All right.
So
Um,
I think right there is where the disconnects,
yeah,
happen.
we know that's where the disconnect happened. We know that's where the disconnect happened. And because of that, it leaves persons like James in a position where, do I allow my entire political career to slide and waste time with a group of individuals who have no intentions of giving me space to grow? Because if
Mm-hmm.
you have persons that, for example, like Hamilton Green, who's been there from since Forbes Burnham time, and they have power, you have a lot of these old heads, Val, the Lawrence, a lot of these people who've been there basically since Forbes Burnham time. You don't see that kind of not of stagnation from the PPP side. If you
Yes.
notice, since Jagan's time, you notice there was a constant change. There was Ramutar, there was Jagdeo, now Ali. You could see at least some changes in the PPP, and you could see that they're purposely making moves to groom the next person.
Mm-hmm.
All right, where is the opposition's you know, steadfastness to groom the next leader? You can't have, for example, you can't have a leader who wants to vie for president, and you obviously know, no, you have some really flawed character traits, which you need to have somebody that's not that flawed representing the party.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he remains as the, let's say, the central executive committee head or whatever, Norton can remain as that. But you need somebody who obviously has a better record, who obviously has a better look than Aubrey Norton in the eyes of the voting populace.
People, yeah.
Exactly. Because they're not going, and it's obvious they're not. I mean, those diehard dinosaurs, as we say in Guyana, behind the PNC, they're gonna vote. All of those old people who tell themselves, well, I'm gonna just die going down with the ship. That's okay. But for the younger people who obviously are born at a different time and seeing different things happen and things changing, no, they're not gonna do that.
Yeah,
You
we're
know,
not 100% behind that.
no, not behind that. And again, I hate when people, because some people I know are gonna say, "Oh, well, you're not for your race and you're not for your people." A lot of people have to dash that card in there, but I'm not one of those who get bundled in with the racial nonsense, all right, or
Mm-hmm.
the racist nonsense, because like we mentioned, nobody in there, there are hardly any pure Africans or any pure Indian or any pure anybody, because we all got mixed up when we got there for years upon years, then decades upon decades. All right. So
So
we have to
I don't think
go ahead, Martin.
individuals, Malachi, even think as far as you're even speaking on now, right? The fact
Yeah.
that from the beginning of Guyana times we have been mixed up,
Yeah.
right? The fact that if you compare um independence to now, right, all the years, there
Yeah.
have been major changes, but then again, the mindset haven't changed any at all, as they
Nope.
say in the countryside, right? Because
Mindset of the
I
guy.
personally, I personally grew up, I just still reside behind the PNC office. But
Yeah.
I cannot tell you any one time where I have personally been able to benefited in all my 30 years on the land,
Uh-huh.
right? I cannot say honestly where my parents have been able to benefit. I do know the support was thrown behind the PNC in the early times, and we our family is not highly political for some
Mm-hmm.
reason, even though we kind of buying into it. We're not
Yeah.
highly political, but at the same time, nothing of substance from the
Yeah.
opposition, right? Not that we have
Yeah.
received much from the current ruling party, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, little is better than none. You
Well,
saw it,
that's
man.
uh-huh.
A little is better than none. And for the PNC to be in certain communities, we mentioned in the previous hour of the African communities being memorialized or recognized and these sort of
Yeah.
there's certain things that you should be doing, especially if you steadfast in the African community, in the African
But Martin,
slangs and everything else in between.
just let's look at just look at Linden alone, and you
Mm-hmm.
know what has happened in Linden. Linden has been around for a very long time, and of
Correct.
course, we realized the last administration, when they got in there, they could have done a lot for Linden. But what did they do?
Mm-hmm. Nothing.
That's what that's
That's
what
the
I'm.
problem. Nothing.
Yeah, they did nothing. So now they're coming in to say what about?
Well, the plan for do nothing again. Because I haven't read the manifesto. If it would have been published already, I haven't came across it. So I am readily asking questions of what is going on. Because I would believe if my grandfather said this is what we're doing, then you know, we as the young people get enough sense to follow grandfather. But now when grandfather ain't carrying in no legit direction, we must still continue to follow.
Well, grandfather
Because he
basically
might be short-sighted.
run off the cliff. Grandfather saying basically they run off the cliff.
Well, this is where the disconnect even in generational curses and wealth happens, because the grandparents who have the knowledge of the African descent and the PNC party, they
Yeah.
should have been able to say, here's what happened. This didn't work according to this leader. But if you
Mhm.
take, let's say we look at the alphabet, 26 letters. If you take 5 out of that, right, and implement it in a new course, because we already tried this path, let's try another path, right?
Yeah.
You should be able to reach farther than we have. But there's nobody of the older generation coming out and say, well, let me groom this person. Let me teach this person the core of politics. So they could understand that while
Well,
implementing their new ideas.
this is why, again, like the opposition parties have not grown. Because when, for example, people like Robert Prasad and Barrett Jagdeo and them were much younger, you had the Central Executive Committee of the PPP take them under their wing. I mean, I don't want to go into the descriptions of what they were doing at that time, but they were fully educated by that party. You understand? Fully indoctrinated into the party and everything. We have a lot of young minds out there. And again, this is where the investment needs to be. Because where do we see the PNC spending money for their young, bright minds to go to university to learn certain things, political science, economics, those kind of things? You know, understand? Where is the
Well, we don't
qualification?
see them spending money at all, not even just in education. We don't see them spending money at all.
Well, then how are they expecting to to get certain things? How are we expecting to move in a certain direction if we are not investing in the next generation? And I think this is where the PNC shot themselves in the leg, and the AFC is doing the exact same thing. Where are the young people? If you look at the AFC, all right, where are the young people in, and where's their involvement in the AFC? We know there's none in the
Yeah.
PNC. We know that. But let's look at the
The young people not taking part in there, brother.
let's
Because
right.
I personally look at certain things from all sides and I say, well, here's what happened. Because I have never voted, right? I've been out of Guyana when I became qualified to vote. So I have never voted. But now I'm here. I am looking at policies and I see it from both sides, or all 3 sides at this point in time. And I say, well, all y'all ain't really making no sense if you really and truly break it down. Right? Because the PP can come out and say, well, we're for the people and we're doing this and we're doing that. But then you're short-sighting things. The PNC ain't got no sight at all. And APNU is fairly new, but I'm still looking for things that's supposed to be.
APNU is the combination of those two, the AFC and the PNC.
But this is where Malachi, the combination.
The
This is
AFC,
where the combination.
yeah,
Well, yes, so the AFC. So this is where the combination of the two supposed to come and say, well, you're failing in this, the next one is failing in that, and
correct.
I will implement in what y'all failing in. And if you even think about that simple logic, you would shoot past both political parties because young people, which is majority makeup at this point in time, I believe in Guyana, is
Yeah, but
looking for
exactly.
things.
Yeah,
It's right. We just want the cash grant one time or register for land today or a flea market or farmers market
yeah,
tomorrow. We want this on a constant basis.
correct.
We don't want to be able to get left Buxton area, go all the way and work in Georgetown or work over the river or whatever the case may be, based on your job description, and then have to come home, get robbed in big market, and can't meet home back to Buxton at the end of the night. So it don't make sense. We need policies across the board,
Well, well,
right? Because remember, you getting robbed in several different ways from the boatman taxing you because it's
well,
nighttime, the
well.
bus man charging you extra.
I want you isolate the rob because remember our audience is listening. And we're not talking about the petty crime. We know that the police forces clamp that down. But when we say rob, I want you to make the distinction where they
Yeah.
decide, where these people arbitrarily decide that they're raising prices without going through the
Mhm.
consumer board or anything. Because I know for a fact the boatman them and those minibus drivers during the night to go over the river, they're unscrupulous, and I think the police needs to deal with them and that,
Mm.
you know,
Well,
because
at
you can
some
say that
time when it's reported, the police do investigation.
no, but they're not supposed to do that because you remember we have an influx of tourists, we have an influx of business people coming into the country to do business. You can't when they came to Georgetown, it was one price, and when it's time to leave Georgetown, is another price. They can want to know is what kind of country they're in.
Boy, I tell you.
Oh, and the police have got to stop this foolishness from happening. Either they tackle them when they get to the bridge because you got to cross. Everybody got to cross.
Mm-hmm.
You stop the minibus just for clarity to ensure that everybody had paid the fare that was recommended or was given to that route. Not an
Mm-hmm.
arbitrary fare that the driver and conductor decide, well, if it's after 9 o'clock in the night, we should be given a special fare because we're going over the river. I'm sorry.
Same thing for the taxi service. Well,
Especially
we could.
now, especially now that the president especially now that they're gonna have the solid bridge where there's no toll. So what are you gonna tell people at that point in time that well what are you gonna tell people? That you gotta pay toll, that's why they gotta pay more?
No, they gotta go extra mile to cross that one bridge. Yeah. I miss
No,
a little
well
bit farther down.
the price has to go down because again
Mhm.
the cost varies based on the price of oil. And if the gas that they're using is reduced under a reduced tariff, then you can't charge me for nothing else because there's no toll.
Mm.
What you adding on? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What they adding on? For what? Because your parts coming in is on a seriously reduced VAT. Your gas is seriously reduced tariff. You ain't paying no toll. Shouldn't the price to go over the west side come down?
Yes, drastically.
Okay. Shouldn't the price to go to, for example, to Linden, shouldn't it come down instead of going up, seeing that the price of gas went down?
So this is exactly where the new party, you says the AFC, right? This is where they should be able to see things and say, hey, you know this makes sense because hundreds of Guyanese complaining. And we gonna work on fixing this,
Well,
right? All the things that the PPP and PNC lose sight of, they should be working on that alone.
well, this is what we talk about. Which of the opposition parties are actually presenting policy? Because in my estimation, what is happening is that they're all waiting for Thursday when the vice president of the PPP comes out to have his press conference. And from that press conference, they're trying to pick apart what he said. But again, where's their policy? Where is their direction? What are
Well,
they?
in order to have policy, you gotta get policy makers.
All right, well, where are your plans though? Even if you don't got policy makers, where is your plans? You don't got no plans? Are they like Donald Trump and have concepts of a plan?
Well, I don't even see the concepts because at least Trump say he got concepts and he
Yeah,
working
but
on it in the
trust me,
background. So we
Trump
know
way
something is
ahead.
being worked on.
Trump way ahead. At least he got concepts of a plan.
We ain't
But
seen no concept in this sphere.
no, but they can't even announce that they have concepts of a plan, much less a plan.
Mm.
And this is what I'm saying. What sense are they making in the upcoming election that's coming up if you don't even have concepts of a plan? And you, as the opposition that has all the time to sit outside of the government and watch for the flaws, you haven't presented your manifesto first. You're wasting time.
Mm.
Because I would think that the government would take longer to present a manifesto because remember they have projects in the making and they studying if we don't get these projects finished by the time we could look thin. We'll be the ones that could get pulled apart. But the opposition has all the time to put together. They can look at every single thing from infrastructure to budget to all of that. Where is their presentation on anything?
Them not have it, man. Them not have it.
Or
And
they
this is why
to abuse on a Thursday about what Jack Dale says.
This is why, Malachi, even though now that I'm qualified to vote, I cannot go out on election day. You can see me out with the cameras recording the nonsense that's going to be happening for sure. But to go out and vote, I honestly can't say I can take part in it. Because we would have came on radio, podcast, the internet, hundreds of times at this point and say, well, this is what we need, just like we're doing right now. We just tell all parties how to win, right? Because we know for sure young people is going to stand behind certain things.
Yep.
You're giving out money already, that's a plus. You're giving contracts, plus. Opposition got things to work on that the current government is not seeing. Easy to get in a couple more seats. But if you're not doing it or you're not listening to certain people, you ain't got to listen to we. Because I'm pretty sure if you take our, not advice, but our discussion and pitch it to somebody in the party, whether old or young, they're going to say, well.
Oh gosh, no. Don't pitch it to the old ones. No, don't pitch it to the old ones. You can't pitch these types of ideas, much less the idea of IP laws, to them dinosaurs. Them dinosaurs so set in their way. If they could not even recognize the contribution of Dave Martins to Guyana and Guyana's overall culture and the impact that Dave Martins gave the rest of the world, the image of Guyana. Are you serious? We're going to still depend on them old dinosaurs to make decisions? Nah, man.
Well,
nah.
You must. So I think this is where Guyana needs to go into a militant state, right? In party-wise, party politics. We haven't seen any coups. I mean, if I am to get in politics, the first thing I can hold is a coup. And I'm telling you straight up.
But let me
if I can do it by myself, G.
No, but let me make this clear. And here why a coup d'etat. And I can tell you I've lived through a coup d'etat already. And I can tell you, in this modern day and age, based on all the Western countries and what they have said about democracy and all of that, you might be able to pull off a coup d'etat for a few days, but not in America backyard. All right? Maybe if it was in the East. But in America backyard in the West here, Anna, a coup d'etat, everybody is going to embargo you.
Even in party politics?
Even in party politics.
I doubt, because remember, all the heads, Malachi, can't even calculate them 2 cents. I doubt they're going to be able to calculate me little brain.
The PNC. If James Bond and the younger team decide a coup d'etat, they depend on their own. I'm telling you this, they depend on their own. All them old people, in there. Done with them. They're there for their own, bro. I'm telling you, they're not gonna throw any sort of support. They're not going to, nothing is going to move forward once that happens. And the younger ones could try it. They could try to pull away. They could try to try to institute a new way of approach. But once they do, for example, I can give you an example. You remember when Figueroa from Linden shook the president's hand at the stadium?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he admonished by Aubrey Norton, and then later on there was a falling out where now he's marginalized in the very party?
Yeah.
All right. No, this is this is the kind of madness that happens in the PNC.
Hey, something that happened, brother.
If you go back a little bit in the history of the PNC, even when they were in power, they were fighting amongst themselves where they had a big issue with Vanessa Kissoon and all of that.
Well, they always had problems in house. I
Yes,
mean,
what
it's simple. So you have more political experience and knowledge than me. Let's say I am James Bond. I know how the structure was set up and things.
Yeah.
How could he now have rules be changed to accommodate change?
No, listen. What all of them get into problems with, my brother, is the fact that both parties are built on a structure of party paramountcy. In other words, you as a member or a high-ranking member of the party, you cannot go out there and make any statements on your behalf that may represent the party. No, 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 no. It doesn't happen like that in our politics, our arena. In American politics, each representative has their perspective on an issue, which is quite accepted by their party. Not so with us.
So how do we change this?
Okay, no, with us, it's about party paramountcy, where once the decision is made by the Central Executive Committee that this is our perspective, then everybody toes the line. You understand? And this happens in the PPP, this happens in the PNC. So we got to understand the political climate of Guyana, which is a totally different thing. We have a situation in Guyana where you have to operate like a corpse. The political scene in Guyana, you got to operate like a corpse. In other words, you're there to be used and nothing else. You're not there to make opinions, to change things, right? Much less to upset the apple cart of what the heads of the party and the direction they want to go in. So because of those issues, you're not going to have the young people, because you can't say something outside. Again, this is where the conflict, and this is where people see the conflict with James Bond that I don't see. All right? One, the conflict is he's under that party paramountcy and the leadership. He has to follow, toe the line. You can't have an opinion. And this is where the conflict of interest comes in, because he wants to have an opinion as an independent person. But because
then we really and truly have to question the level of democracy we have.
We don't have democracy in Ghana. It's what you call pseudo. It's a quasi. It's a quasi-communist state. That kind of thing. It's a quasi-communist state, because if you look at our rules, if you look at our constitution, you realize that, they got some things in here where, what? The president can prorogue parliament and take over. Those things are not democratic. We got to understand that. But you know how time flies in the conversation, in the rush hour, just about 5 minutes to the top of the hour. Stay glued to the stations with the real vibration. Of course, we're the only syndicated show coming out of 83,000 square miles. Martin, we're going to drop some music. And when we get back, we're going to continue in the third and final hour. Make sure you hit us up on +592 641 0945. And of course, you can hit up Martin on the US number on
305-713-8595. And of course, follow all the pages that we're broadcasting on the social media, The Rush Guyana's Industry Show, Gem Radio, Gem Networks, Majestic Music Radio, and every other page that we're live on.
That we're live.
Alex.
Just I don't praise no one but him, so why should I? No put faith in a man, just look to the east and here shall I. But faith without work is dead, so me never stop working yet. All those struggle is real, still I hold it out stronger than steel. Dog man built with this the high firm, hustle every day so paper must earn. No faith in a God, so soon I my turn. When me pray for my way, me not make it wrong turn. Yeah, enough of them want me fall, but him not lift my side. So upon Jah my God, now them gonna take my life. And just say don't praise no one but him, so why should I? No put faith in a man, just look to the east and here shall I. But faith without work is dead, so me never stop working yet. All those struggle is real, still I hold it out stronger than steel. So yeah, better don't try give up on the life. It's a long road, sometimes you must fall. But that's not the time for you sit down and fall. When everything else fail, find that Jamaica. No phone, I wish life could have restart. For you get the next stripe on a different path. But you feel grateful for anything we you want. Don't let you not go flow by the mercy of God, yeah, yeah. Just I don't praise no one but him, so why should I? No put faith in a man, just look to the east and here shall I. But faith without work is dead, so me never stop working yet. All those struggle is real, still I hold it down stronger than steel, yeah, yeah. Just I don't praise no man but him, so why should I? Why should I?
Alex.
Just I don't praise no one but him, so why should I? No put faith in a man, just look to the east and here shall I. But faith without work is dead, so me never stop working yet. All those struggle is real, still I hold it out stronger than steel. Dog man built with this the high firm, hustle every day so paper must earn. No faith in a God, so soon I my turn. When me pray for my way, me not make it wrong turn. Yeah, enough of them want me fall, but him not lift my side. So upon Jah my God, now them gonna take my life. And just I don't praise no one but him, so why should I? No put faith in a man, just look to the east and here shall I. But faith without work is dead, so me never stop working yet. All those struggle is real, still I hold it out stronger than steel. So yeah, better don't try give up on the life. It's a long road, sometimes you must fall. But that's not the time for you sit down and fall. When everything else fail, find that Jamaica. No phone, I wish life could have restart. For you get the next stripe on a different path. But you feel grateful for anything we you want. Don't let you not go flow by the mercy of God, yeah, yeah. Just I don't praise no one but him, so why should I? No put faith in a man, just look to the east and here shall I. But faith without work is dead, so me never stop working yet. All those struggle is real, still I hold it down stronger than steel, yeah, yeah. Just I don't praise no man but him, so why should I?
So even if you find me buried in the valley, I have not wasted my time.
gospel, so much money could have made. Alright then, what's the point of singing all the Jesus tune that if you never reap the fame or catch a break? Alright then, and if the God yourself so read and tell me how come you still feel so much of pressure and pain? Cause the Lord can't forget you. If faith is the evidence of it, Mr. Wise inside his own eyes and alive the life he knows by what he finds and observes. Blindly guided by them one find for them here to find them more style like to advise you watch your word, watch your word, watch your word. Intellectual and light and bright, mind to them only my I can't find Christ usually wisdom on this world. And even though we suffer loss, we now actually return. Cause the glory that we earn in the end is all worth it. Even if you find me buried in the valley, I am not wasting my time. No, he's working on me, don't be sorry for me. This is just a part of the grind for me to go greater, greater, greater. This is what comes before greater, greater, greater. I lost my mama a couple years ago, and me cannot lie, it hurt me so. Them say he who feels it knows, but nothing anyone could do could I ever console me. Yeah, where were you when she couldn't hold on? She couldn't hold on. Healing miracle, wonder sign, yes you perform. I needed no. I was sinking deep in trenches, losing sleep, I'm feeling mental. I just couldn't find the strength to fight it. Try to lean on fickle friendships, the relationships I entered, but they all proved detrimental. My help coming from the Lord. I found purpose in my pain and challenging. If God is for us, tell me who can be against it. With Jehovah there is nothing accidental. Oh my God, I say even if you find me buried in the valley, I am not wasting my time. No, he is working on me, don't be sorry for me. This is just a part of the grind for me to go greater, greater, greater. This is what comes before, this is what comes before, this is what comes before greater. Trying to find a one made me sick. All this pain wanna make me quit. I won't stop till I get my fix. Why you think I done made this trip? I heard that you can make me fit. They say that you can make me lit. Why you sending me to this river? How much time you gon' make me dip? One time for my arrogance, two times for my pride, three for idolatry, four for the pain that I'm trying to hide, and 5 is for my vision, 6 to fix my destiny, 7's just to show me processing is necessary. Know this, even if you find me buried in the valley, I am not wasting my time. Oh, he is working on me. This is just part of the grind for me to go greater, greater, greater. This what comes before greater, greater, greater. You never let me fall. You hear me when I call. You rolling, lift the rub of my head. You never let me fall. You hear me when I call. No, you rolling, lift the rub of my head. You never let me fall. You hear me when I call. Lift the rub of my head.
Oh yeah, everything takes time. Give it to time. Mount Zion so divine, free body, soul and mind. Rasta show them a sign. Give it to time. Everything is time. Eyes open up but still blind. Just leave it to time. Written in books of history. See and heard all the mystery. From the start of time, Babylon mentally feed us with sad story. Them come up with them genocide plan, man-made disease and them nuclear bomb. Bless the evil acts into law to enslave and eradicate segregation. Time, time, leave it to time. Babylon system losing its mind. Yeah, time, time, leave it to time. Rastafari teaching so divine. Global warming is a threat. Air pollution, take your our last breath. A hole in the earth ozone. Go live a Mars, our best bet. Processed food, your body destruction. Number one killer, prescription. The poor in a poverty while the rich get richer. A revelation. Time, give it to time. Babylon system losing its mind. Yeah, time, give it to time. Rastafari teaching so divine. Clock is ticking, mankind is losing hope. Got to get serious, you can't take life for a joke. This new generation, wake up and start taking notes. Signs is everywhere, this world we provoke. Time, give it to time. Babylon system losing its mind. Yeah, time, give it to time. Rastafari teaching so divine. Give it to time. Mount Zion so divine. Free body, soul and mind. Rasta show them a sign. Give it to time. Everything is time. Eyes open up but still blind. Just leave it to time. Time, give it to time. Babylon system losing its mind. Yeah, time, give it to time. Rastafari teaching so divine.
Things are changing today, and it seems as though it's moving too fast. But not so long ago, to me, it seems like yesterday. I can't forget. At me with tears within her eyes as I was about to leave. My mama told me, go on my son, go ahead and face the world. But all things are bad and good, and if the things don't work your way, kissed her hands goodbye. I saw her when she cried, and I felt I lost her in a way. As I went out of the door, I knew I was on my own. Oh yeah. And trying to make it as a man, I went through thick and thin, trying hard not to sin. And in my quiet times, I remember what my mama meant. The way she looked at me with tears in her eyes,
yourself, yeah. $1 million question before you go to the next one. Who's gonna answer this first? Yeah. You never have no good intention, you cause more contention. Trying to make the liberty worse, yeah. Where were you when you needed most? You were on vacation, rocking the boat on a fishing coast. You use the pipe until you end up with leaking holes, and then you block up all the peeping holes. I can feel it when the youths are ball. You know do nothing for the youths at all. I can feel it. Them not do nothing. That's why me decide to do something. I can feel it when the youths are ball. Them not do nothing for the youths at all. I can feel it. Them not do nothing. So I decide to do something. Well, some don't know about brotherly love. No father, neither no motherly love. Them type of something they bother me nerves. It make me little brother reverse. Hey, some a exercise, some of the things them know. This something them so tall them can't swing them low. Politics fashion the scheme and I bring them low. And I tell them how they feel them oh. I can feel it when the youth are ball. Them not do nothing fit the youth at all. I can feel it how them not do nothing. So I decide to do something. I can feel it when the youth are ball. Them not do nothing at all. I can feel it. Them not do nothing. So me tell them nobody press no button. Hey. Whenever there is an open door, you got to keep pushing more and more. I know you feel great when you hit the 1,000 score. Rise from the ocean floor. Hey, everyone could not be no mason, no carpenter, neither a mechanic. Some make produce, make items too, but yet the system of fight against the root tonic. I can feel it. When the youths are ball, them not do nothing fit the youths at all. I can feel it, them not do nothing. So we decide to do something. I can feel it. When the youths are ball, them not do nothing fit the youths at all. I can feel it, them not do nothing. So I decide to do something. Hey. $1 million question before you go to the next one. Who's gonna answer this one first? Yeah, you never have no good intention, full of contention, try to make the liberty worse. Hey, where were you when you needed most? You were on vacation, rocking boat on a fishing coast. Then you use the pipe till you end up with leaking holes. Now you block up all peeping holes. Hey, I can feel it when the youths are ball. Them nothing for youths at all. I can feel it. Them not nothing. So I feel do something. I can feel it when the youths are ball. Them nothing for youths at all. I can feel it. Them not nothing. So I decide to do something. I can feel it. When the youths are ball, they're not for youths at all. I can feel it. Politician and lion and thief. Yeah.
Oh, Guyana, beautiful Guyana. Oh, Guyana, independent and free. Let's take a cruise on the Essequibo River and go to Aroa, Batika, just to take a sail on a boat at Regatta. Or maybe we can go to Charity and see the Pomeroon River. Oh, Guyana, beautiful Guyana. Oh, Guyana, independent and free. There's no other place that I'd rather be The people down here are so friendly. We are one people, one nation, one destiny. Guyana, beautiful Guyana. Oh, Guyana, independent and free. This is one place you will never ever forget. Try out to my button, you won't regret. With the freshwater fish, it is the best dish. Come experience with me, sweet paradise. You'll see my Guyana, beautiful Guyana. Oh, Guyana, independent and free. Guyana,
Just about 20 minutes after the hour, we're back with you in the third and final hour of the Rush Hour Guyana's Industry Show. I am the Afropolitan, alongside my co-host Martin Al-Ameen. That was the voice of Rose Trim, aka Shelly G, with the track Guyana. And of course, where you're gonna get that best music, the best vibe out of 83,000 square miles, only right here in the Rush. That's each and every day of the week from Monday to Friday. And of course, Mondays, we motivate you with that good music, good vibe. And of course, back to today's, discussion, our talking points for today. Yes, Martin.
Yes, brother.
Mhm.
So at this point, we kind of want to jump into our thing, which is the music, the entertainment business.
The mantra. Yeah, the mantra.
I mean, how do we go about, since it's motivational Monday, right? How
Mhm.
do we go about motivating individuals within the business?
Well,
Um, Go ahead.
first things first. First, I would ask the question to those persons in the creatives. The
Mhm.
first question would be, do you see your business growing? Is it what you're doing? Is it growing? That's the first question I would want to ask.
Mm.
Mhm.
Well, I wouldn't even ask the question because I know, especially in the Guyana music industry,
It is
the
growing.
individuals, no, not that it ain't growing, it is growing, but the
Uh,
individuals don't operate business. And I think that is the problem. A few artists understand that they need to go register a LLC or S corp or whatever the case may be, right?
yeah.
But
Mhm.
majority of them just running through that gray line. Oh, this music, this production, that production, this studio, that studio, this label, that label, and not having it registered, and then moving forward to go trademark that name and your brand and logo, and going ahead and dealing up with your taxes, with your NIS,
Mhm.
the basic things that we have in place,
Mhm. Mhm. But
right?
they're supposed to know that being an artist or being involved in the music business, I think this is why it's called a business, is because you have to do business. I think that's the whole point.
Mm.
Mhm.
Well, they don't understand the concept of business to even do business, right? And I think this is one of the reasons why we've been having problems rapidly also. You see it, man? Because at the end of the day, if they can't
Mm.
comprehend that, hey, this is business we gotta do, and we got to put certain things in place. We got to make sure we are able to secure ourselves at the end of the day to do what we got to do for we, right?
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, for me personally, I operate in a business manner. You
Yeah.
understand me? I operate from this is what I need to do from a day-to-day basis. For instance, my day goes out, I get up, I do radio, I hop
Mhm.
into production, right? Whether I got editing to do or get radio ready for the next day. I got gigs outside of this, right? Some days we
Yeah.
got podcasts two times
A
a week,
day. Oh,
right?
no, a day. Sometimes 2 times a day.
No, but we broadcast in the morning, but the podcast is in the night.
Yeah,
So
right. So that's twice.
right,
Yeah, right.
yeah. So we on live twice a week sometimes. Um, we got things in place. I got things in place, right? You still gotta slot out time for the family, even if it's a 5 minutes. You might have to go on the road and do a couple meetings. This is why sometime in podcast we are readily not available, you know.
Hmm.
But even in broadcasting live, but there's a different story. At the end of the day, we have a template of how to divide our 24 hours now.
Hmm.
This is what the creative needs to understand, right? And this is just within entertainment. We got other businesses and other things to do outside of entertainment. And it's understanding your mandate, your
Well,
person, who
it's
you
kind
are,
of
what
like
you gotta do.
for those artists who are listening, I think it's for them to understand their niche and where they're coming in. Because if they're saying or sitting there and saying, well, nothing not going for we, you have
Hmm.
to put yourself in a position where things could go on for you. I mean,
Correct.
however your view of those things that have a go on, have a go on. All right.
Hmm.
But a lot of them have this attitude of, okay, I'm going to sit there because, okay, in our situation, if we were supposed to measure our success by the amount of times people keep cutting down what it is we do, we would have done stop.
Hmm.
All
Long
right.
time.
Long time. But if you keep persevering, keep persisting, keep delivering at that level all the time, you're gonna have your breakthrough. This is why, I mean, at least for Mondays, we gotta give you that motivation
Yeah.
to keep going. Because a lot of people we notice they get stopped easily. As soon as something go wrong, they throw their hands up. Oh God, it's very difficult. It's like the people who are the artists who claim they're artists, but every time there's a stumbling block or there's a hurdle, they throw up their hands. Oh God, the system, oh this, that. No, you have to find a way. I mean, outside of what we've been saying about the intellectual property right issue, you still have to find a way because that is how we have been able to find a way to keep
Hmm.
functioning while we waiting for Guyana to implement copyright. Cause you gotta eat, you gotta
Hmm.
live. You have to keep developing your craft. Even if you have to develop it so that even when they implement the copyright, you are ready to go to join the train. You ain't run back home and pick up luggage. You don't have everything.
Correct.
You understand? So I think this is what they need to understand. You have to keep persevering. You gotta keep going. You can't just give up. Something goes wrong. I mean, look how many people are trying. How many artists you think in America alone? How many young people are trying to be the next big artist in the US alone? We're not talking about the world. We're talking about just the US.
Well, it's thousands because you see them on the
Millions,
street, right? You
millions,
see hundreds on the street. Well, all right then.
millions are vying to be the next best thing. If you go to Times Square, they got at least hundreds in Times Square. You go to the subway, there are hundreds in the subway. And this we're talking just one state. Let's just look at New York alone.
Hmm.
All right. Let's look at Times Square. Let's look at Lower Manhattan. Let's look at the subway system in New York City. We're talking literally hundreds of thousands of people alone are vying for your attention with their music that they provide.
Yeah.
Who ain't playing steel pan, singing, playing the guitar while they sing, singing karaoke, singing a cappella, something. So you got millions of people in the US alone vying to be the next hottest artist. And they've got the industry for it. Guyana doesn't have the industry for it. And how hard do you think you would have to work for those people in the Caribbean to get into these markets? Let's say the American, the Canadian, the European market. How hard? The
Mm.
Japanese market. How hard do you think you have to work? Or you think you could put on according to a producer was saying to some of the artists, he ain't seeing no tracks Macho Money coming up. We got Soca Monarch around the
And
bend. What going
me
on?
ain't seen none either.
Well,
And
yeah.
this is usually the time that a lot of artists just pop out, right?
No, well,
But I
the music
guess
should have been, it should have started since last year, in my estimation. From the time January the first come,
well,
whoever is
this is the
participating in
problem.
MASH in the soca competition should have had their music already start banging.
That's the problem, Malachi. They only focus on MASH or the carnival and cricket carnival season, right? But
Mm,
outside of what Guyana got going on, we have the rest of the Caribbean countries who, after MASH Money,
mm.
because carnival season already launched if you're in soca, right?
Yeah,
And that was
yeah,
since November, December. You had to have your music. October, November, December. You had to have your music in rotation to
yeah,
start getting bookings for this year.
yeah,
So as we coming down into Guyana, Guyana is the first leg of carnival, and then Trinidad, and then it stems down to the rest of the Caribbean countries. So if
yeah.
you're not even taking part of Guyana, how you plan to expose yourself to the Caribbean countries and get into their market?
Well, they
It's
should
like
have. This is what I'm saying. Actually, the music should have been ready from last year. So you start promoting in the Caribbean, and it's amplified and at the part as it comes on to January the 1st of this year, you should have been amped up already because you know you have to set for Mashramani, you got to set for a carnival in May. But of course, across the region, you got to set for February carnival in Trinidad and Tobago. All of that
yeah,
you should have been on. You should have been on the jab in Grenada that coming up. All those things you have to earmark. And I don't think the artists in Guyana on don't they're not because they're not linking with the teams that can give them good advice. Um, because one, they're not paying for that good advice. They don't
mhm,
understand that you got to get good management to let you into some things you may not know. Like, listen, we got St. Kitts Festival, we got St. Lucia's Jazz Festival, we got carnivals, all these events around these territories in the Caribbean that you want to get your music not only played on radio, but you want to get bookings in the Caribbean so you can start to build your audience,
correct.
right? Especially if you're in the soca, you got to get into certain territories. You know, you got to immerse yourself in those territories. You have to have the music aired in those territories as well. And there, because again, and I think this has to do with partially the lack of education of the IP issue, because if they did understand that, they would understand the issue of which territories you need to promote what based on your genre that you're in.
Hmm.
All right. So a lot of that, and a lot of that they have not been able to access, but at the same time, you have a smartphone in your hand. You have the biggest dictionary in your hand. So if you want to find areas, you want to find territories, you want to find information on how you could promote your stuff, you're not going to be able to get all the information on there. You're not going to be able to find all the people on there, but you can reach out to persons who can help you, especially those in the Guyana diaspora and stuff. They should have been reaching out to us for help long ago.
Well, not even just us, right? But other people in the business also.
Yeah, they
Because
have a few of them, a few.
I mean, in Guyana,
Yeah,
we're on top, right? When it
mhm,
comes to certain things.
of
But
course.
you got people in Barbados, you got people in Jamaica, people in Trinidad who's
Mhm.
readily waiting to help. I
Yeah,
mean, but then again, if they don't understand the business concept, you can't really reach out to these people. Because remember,
right.
you got to
They
come with your
understand
budget.
they got to pay for the service.
Hmm.
That
So
is the fact they don't understand.
it is because they don't understand that you need to pay for somebody's service because somebody is providing this. From the time I got get up, like I said, if I got get up to interview you, right? I need to
Yeah,
get paid. If I got get up to sort your music through,
you
then
got to
I
pay,
need to get paid.
of course.
I did create opportunities and avenues to combat certain things because every time you can say, "Oh, I got paid this man, I got paid this man," but at the same time, you have to respect my time, which I could
Yes,
spend my time doing other things instead of shining light on you. And I'm
And then
pretty sure I'm gonna make money faster
the
if
other
I
thing,
focus on other things.
the other thing that I think hampers a lot of the Guyanese artists, and I've heard them say this, and I really wanted to point it out, where they say, "Oh, it's just this man that play me song for me, all right, or the DJ got to play this song for you." But what you don't understand that you need to keep into consideration is that that DJ has spent time, all right, building up an audience of people that will then pay attention to when he says something. There's a call to action.
Hmm.
All right. So it's very important at that point that you maintain that relationship with the DJ, because the DJ will be able to talk to the audience and call them to act on your music, which benefits you.
Yes.
All right. So when a DJ is on there and he's promoting, oh, you could go get the artist music on Spotify, get it on Apple Music and stuff like. It's promoting where your music is for sale. So you're making money from that. All right. So of course you gotta understand that there are many people, many cogs in the wheel that help to move your career. And you know that's one of the things, Martin. You know, I just get vexed when I hear artists say they make it by themselves.
It's impossible.
That is fly my fuse to the max. When I hear these artists out, especially out of Guyana, they like to say they did it by themselves. You understand? So they don't rate the producer who recorded it. They don't rate nothing, that nobody's involvement in what they have done. Only them. And the thing about it, if I could understand if they went in their pockets and they paid everybody along the line.
I mean, even if
And
you
even
have to
if
give
they did that,
Jacket, everybody deserve their credits, and that is one thing.
they did that, Martin. Even if they did that, you couldn't say that by yourself, because obviously people gave you suggestions and input along the way as you were doing what you were doing.
Yeah.
So you still can't say that. And this is a mentality thing, especially with Guyanese artists. I know it's a broader thing. It's across the world. But with our artists, it's serious because we haven't got an industry up and running yet. And in order to get that, we gotta get the basics together. Outside of the IP issue that we need to have sorted out by the government, and we're not gonna drop the ball when it comes to the Minister of Culture, the Attorney General, the Education Ministry, and the Tourism Ministry. We bundle all of you guys together in one.
Yes, because you are responsible at the end of the day for certain things.
Yeah, they are responsible. And like Lloyd Stansbury said on a reply to one of the posts, where the Attorney General said he's waiting on CARICOM to formulate an overall plan for the IP structure in the Caribbean. Absolute nonsense. Where did he get that from? You know, so we need an educated population that could put an end to this kind of kerfufflement that a few of the ministers and their ministries believe that they can pull the wool over the eyes of people. You understand? So those artists again who claim, oh gosh, nothing going on for me, you need to look at the issue and clearly understand how you're going to approach the issue. And the only way to approach the circumstance you're in to change it is to do exactly as we've been propagating here on radio for now years. That if the artists don't come together and lobby for that IP law issue to come in place, and also in the new elections coming up for 2025, if we don't see a party that has the IP issue in their manifesto, well, then we're not voting for you. And I'm quite sure there are more than 15,000 creatives in Guyana, and 15,000 individuals is 3 seats in parliament. It's as simple as that.
Band together and get things done.
Exactly.
We have a large creative sector, Malachi, and the fact that we haven't been able to reach anywhere in any part of the creative sector.
It shows their selfish behavior, because you're talking about the people who do the movies, the voiceovers, the jingle creation, the artists, the designers, the computer graphics artists, I mean, come on. There's so much creative people in Guyana. You're telling me all the advertising firms, well, we know that that sector was killed off by, these foreign companies who came in and decided to manipulate Guyana's advertising sector. But that's another talking point, of course, which we're gonna ventilate on some other show. But this is some of the stuff that, I mean, come on. We need to have redress. We need to have these things properly looked at, because how else does our creative sector grow? So we got to look at that IP issue again for those artists who they're creaking. Let's use the Guyanese Creolese here, or dialect. For those who are they're creaking that, oh, this is not happening for them, and that's not happening for them, including for Jackie, who had the lawsuit against One Communications. Again, these things are not going to function the way we think they will function, because Guyana is outside of the law. Guyana is outside of the international law regarding IP. And until we would join and also have updated legislation, and the only way they can have those updated legislation is if they allow think tanks of individuals who actually function in the creatives to give them suggestions. Because as we know, a lot of the people in the creatives who function and they know nothing. They just pick up something and decide they want to go along with it.
Well, this is why we are still where we are. We haven't seen any changes. I just usually say from the time I came in the business from 2004, 2005 to now, I ain't seen nothing happen. No artists have bust off, no anything. And even if they did had a moment, right? That was it. A moment. That 15 seconds is run out quick.
And then another aspect here that is totally funny. You see people talking about we don't show support when stuff happens. But how many Guyanese artists actually and genuinely show support to each other? Because we know for a fact that a lot of our artists will do really well outside of Guyana. They'll represent Guyana on foreign stages. And the other artists, apparently, like, they're so jealous and envious, they would not even click a like or repost that artist. You understand? But then people will reach out to us and say, but we see you post this or you didn't post that. I mean, listen, we can't post everybody, one. And we can't post people who are obviously not in support of what we're supporting or what we are endeavoring to do.
I personally, Malachi, I never wanted to post everybody.
Exactly.
Right? From the moment people reached out to me, I created a platform for that. So
exactly.
I cannot, and I refuse, because certain things I don't like, I don't subscribe to. So if you send me certain type of music, I am not going to share it.
Yeah.
Individuals know, well, if I like your song, it's going to end up on my status, it's going to end up on the story, and so forth at some point in time.
Yeah,
but if I don't mess with it, I don't have to mess with you as an individual. But if you got a nice song, then I will share it once it resonates with me. And if that don't happen, then I'm sorry.
Exactly. And some people just have this belief as though if you are, for example, a young man was claiming that, because I am on radio around the world, of course, which I established on my own without his help, right? And use my platforms to assist him for free. He can then say, because he asked me to do a favor, which I refused, then, I'm not the person I'm purporting to be. That, I'm not this representative of the Guyanese music because I did not endorse a product that he sent to me and says, okay, this is what I want from you. I think a lot of people live in a delusional mindset from Guyana where they believe that individuals must get involved or do stuff for them, one, for free, and two, based on what they say. Well, unfortunately, I'm not under any form of duress, or nobody could extort me to do what they want me to do.
I just want these individuals go to people in Trinidad or people in Jamaica and US and so forth and
No,
play
well,
the same type of game they just
well,
want to play with me.
we know our Guyanese, which we give them grace. Because if we don't give them grace with their level of delusion, it will really degrade into something else. But of course, I
Yeah.
have to give a lot of these types of individuals grace, because I understand that yes, you don't understand, because of course you are lacking the education to understand what's happening. All right? So I give you grace, but sometimes it gets to a point where it's overbearing, where it gets annoying, where instead of learning, you seem to be running into a wall all the time and expecting to pull back from the wall and run back into the wall. And at some point you're saying, well, I'm going to phase through that wall at some point. No, you're not. You're going to kill yourself. You're going to mash up your skull trying to go through the wall. Trying to do that is insanity.
I'm probably like the wall, man.
Well, if they're like the wall, I really can't say. But, I mean, what can we say? And that we've been saying. There's about 15 minutes at the top of the hour. We got to wrap up today's show. Martin, your final thoughts for today, Motivational Mondays, bro.
Well, I would say do what you have to do for you at the end of the day, right? Remember, just like the quote said, every day you have the opportunity, once you're alive and once you wake up, you have the opportunity to rewrite your destiny, rewrite your story now. So don't let yesterday's problem be today's problem and tomorrow's issue. That shouldn't happen. So today you're up, you should be able to make a change. Do one thing, do something that's going to make tomorrow better. Because you always have to work for tomorrow, just in case you wake up again, right?
Yeah, just in case. Well, let me just read the quote again before I say my final words. Don't be afraid to rewrite your story. The pen is in your hand, and every day is a chance to create a narrative that resonates with courage and triumph. All right? So that's the motivational quote for today. Of course, stay safe. Remember, if you're driving, look out for those not looking out for you. Guys, it's Monday. Obviously, I don't want to say no drinking and driving, but you're not supposed to be drinking and driving. Good afternoon to the guys in the UK, in Croydon, in Essex, and Tooting. Stay glued to the stations with the real vibration. Of course, Monday has been a phenomenal day. It's quite chilly in New York again. I think it's around 35 degrees. It's expected to slow. Guys, again, take it easy on the roadways. Martin, you don't know, tomorrow it's tantalizing
Tuesday.
Right? So stay glued for that right here on Majestic Music Radio, on Slam FM, on My Exclusive Radio, on Cut and Clear Radio, on M Studios, on Triple R Radio, Gem Radio. So many radios. It's the only syndicated show emanating out of Guyana, South America. As well, check us out from 7 to 9 tomorrow evening, where we got the conversation. Martin, you don't know. Bless up, bro.
Yeah, brother, one love.
Yeah, man, we got some more music and wrap it up. But have a great Monday. What we call it? A manic Monday or a magic Monday?
Yeah, man, heights of glory. Okay, yeah, man. Burning.
Tell you what I want. When the Rasta man them come together like the torch and the wicked catch a fire. Tell you what I want. When they get to you, them try fi better and the system try fi turn them in a shatter. Tell you what I want. One Babylon highly Selassie rain down lightning and thunder. Tell you what I want.
start refine the frequencies where them mind are use and purify them thoughts and them desires too while meditating in a little quiet room. And worries when them realize the earth is a living being and we assist a revolution by living clean. But with this 5G magnetical killing field, destruction of them only possibility. Tell you what I woe. When the Rasta man them come together like the torch and the wicked catch a fire. Tell you what I woe. When they get to you, them try fi better and the system try fi turn them in a shatter. Tell you what I woe. One Babylon highly Selassie rain down lightning and thunder. Tell you what I woe. Tell you what I woe.
Oh, yeah, hear them a go feel. Never this Selassie, I will bust the 7C. Oh, yeah, hear them a fi go feel. Every ex a government fi bow down and kneel. Revolution must be solution. Speak out your message to the institution. Them and them corruption bring peer pollution. That not go help build with generation.
Tell you what I woe. When the Rasta man them come together like the torch and the wicked catch a fire. Tell you what I woe. When they get to you, them try fi better and the system try fi turn them in a shatter. Tell you what I woe. One Babylon highly Selassie rain down lightning and thunder. Tell you what I woe. Tell you what I woe. Come on, pyramid a bunny. Pressure bus pipe and archangel. Majesty. Ions. Fire. Red on fire burning. Yeah. Tell you what I want.
Watch out. Yes, I pray. Give thanks to the Almighty. Matter what the people may say. And to see me pray. Listen what me talk and I say. Hey, I pray. Give thanks to the Almighty. Matter what the people may say. And to see me pray. Listen what me talk and I say. Hey, I see them coming each and every day in highway. Office stand firm, take me time and obey. Ask Jah for guide me through the morning and the day. Hey, Sufferation is each and every way. It's east, west, north and south, I want obey. But still, me a feel conscious what me say, me a feel stand for when me start pray. I pray, give thanks to the Almighty. What the people may say, come to see me pray. Listen what Peter can I say. Hey, I pray. If thanks to the Almighty. Matter what the people may say, come to see me pray. Listen what Peter can I say. Hey, I see them coming each and every day in highway. Office stand firm, take me time and obey. Who on the mic and this the original day. Hey, come to see me that and I. Sufferation is each and every way. It's east, west, north and south, I man obey. But still, me a feel conscious what we say. Me a feel stand for when we start praying. I pray, give thanks to the Almighty. Matter what the people may say, come to see me pray. Listen what Peter can I say. Hey, I see them coming each and every day in highway. Office stand firm, take me time and obey. Ask Jah for guide me through the morning and the day. Hey, sufferation is each and every way. Is east, west, north and south, I man obey. But still, me a feel conscious what me say. Me a feel stand firm when me start pray. Hey, I pray. If thanks to the Almighty. Matter what the people may say, come to see me pray. Listen what we talk and I say.
My sight gets clearer and my mind more sound. Everybody has a mold for you to fit, but that is the pressure that makes people quit. So lock yourself in and work the plan. They may not get it now, but later they will understand, yeah. I don't worry when the trials begin, there's always an open door. I have all the assurance to win, in him I feel safe and secure. The latter will be greater than the former, and that is a guarantee. It's mind over matter for me. I know that there is more to my story. Got it over with me yet. I'm telling you there's more to my story. See, it's a win that is already set. No matter what the enemy chat about, you'll never ever get to crank me up, 'cause there's more to my story. Got it over with me yet. I don't worry when the trials begin, there's always an open door. I have all the assurance to win, in him I feel safe and secure. The latter will be greater than the former, and that is a guarantee. It's the mind of a matter for me. Make us sudden, yo me I walk with the king, always within. No weapon formed against me shall win. The battle scars on my skin, but yet still me sit on top of the victory like a lizard on a limb. Hey, my faith up like Job. Now go sell out when you get up down the road. Now get fed up and give up. Y'all will fill my cup, watch me now. Blessings overload. That is why I don't worry when the trials begin, there's always an open door. I have all the assurance to win, in him I feel safe and secure. The latter will be greater than the former, and that is a guarantee. It's the mind of a matter for me. Ooh, I know that there is more to my story. Getting over with me yet. I'm telling you there's more to my story. See, it's a win that is already set. No matter what the enemy chat about, you'll never ever get to cut me out, 'cause there's more to my story. Getting over with me yet, yeah. I don't worry when the trials begin, there's always an open door. And I have the assurance to win, in him I feel safe and secure. The latter will be greater than the former, and that is a guarantee. It's a mind of a matter for me. I know that there is more to my story. Getting over with me yet. I'm telling you there's more to my story. See, it's a win that is already set. No matter what the enemy chat about, you'll never ever get to cut me out, 'cause there's more to my story. Getting over with me yet. Yeah, sing it out. Not over. Got it over with me. Keep holding on, things will change. Not over. Got it over with me. It's already been arranged. Got it over with me. I know we'll never ever leave you. His promises are true.
We are one Guyana, a place of peace, a place of love. We are one Guyana, it's paradise, it's our world. मैं इतनी खूबसूरत है, पेश में रहकर सकती हूँ, सबब में लोगों से प्यार करने की
the hills, some on the low coastal plains. Plenty rice and sugar cane. Same Guyanese blood in our vein. So make we burn out the hatred, time for erasing. Can't make that destroy. 6 race I share the same space in this 83,000 square miles.
We are one Guyana, a place of peace, a place of love. We are one Guyana, it's paradise, it's our world.
Brother is a brother, no matter which religion is you. Could have Buddhist, Christian, Muslim, Hindu. Sister is a sister, real and true. One big part of culture brew.
And all of we together could really make this dream come true of a brighter Guyana for me and you. Ocean to mountain.